Hello everyone and welcome to my class. Now in this video I'll be talking about the limitations of the inscriptional evidences, right? And we are doing the theme 2 of class 12 history, that is kings, farmers and towns. Right, now talking about this is an important topic. This is the last topic and with this I'll be concluding the chapter. This is an important topic from exam point of view, right? Let's talk about the limitations of the inscriptional evidence. Though inscriptions gives us many information, but the authenticity of the information that is available through inscriptions is always questioned by historians. Let's talk about the problems they face when they read any inscription. Sometimes the letters are faintly engraved and it is very hard for them to read and to understand what is written in the or what are inscribed on the inscription, right? So this is again gives very uncertain idea about the information which is available on the inscriptions. Then inscriptions are sometimes found in damaged form. Some letters are missing, some words are missing, giving incomplete information, right? So this is again one problem. Then no surety of meaning of words used. The words, they just do a guesswork when the clear meaning of word is not understood by them. So there is always a discussion and debate going on among the historians to compare the information available through inscriptions with other sources. It is very important because whatever the information is available may be in a form of in an exaggerated form, right? So that need to be tallied with other sources. Then very few inscriptions are deciphered so far. Though the inscriptions are found in a large number, but very few of these inscriptions are deciphered. The historians or the people are able to understand what is written or what are inscribed on these inscriptions. So very less information we have deciphered, or we get a very fraction of information is available so far. Not everything that is considered politically or economically significant to us is mentioned in the inscription. For example, the routine of common people, the agricultural routine, practices, their joys and sorrows, their feelings, their sentiments, all these things are missing. It actually shows, the inscriptions actually shows the viewpoint of the person or persons who had commissioned them, who have given the order to inscribe their opinion, their ideas. But the perspective of other people, common people, is missing. So it gives half information or one side information about what the person is thinking and what his ideas are all about, right? And the ideas of common people, their viewpoint is missing in inscriptions. Though these are certain limitations with the inscriptions, but no doubt inscriptions are very helpful in giving idea about the past. As when we have started this chapter, we have discussed that the inscriptional evidences, it is totally if we talk about the Mauryas, if we talk about the Ashoka especially, this dynasty we earlier were not known to the people until and unless these inscriptions were not found. So if such information is not, or such inscriptions were not available, then we would have not known about such dynasty, right? So no doubt it gives information, but that information needs to be tallied with other contemporary sources so that the authenticity of the information can be proved, right, and can be accepted, right? So this is all about the this chapter. Please like, share and review and subscribe my channel. Thank you.